Hello friends and followers, welcome back to TJ's Modeling Bench. So I'm still working on the cord and we're about halfway through on that thing, and I'm going to try to get it done in the next couple of weeks because I've got the Phantom Flashers contest on the 11th of April, which is only a couple weeks away now. But I should be able to get that one finished without having to rush. But I am going to start at least prepping my next project, and that's going to be the Hasegawa F-4E Phantom II. So I've had this kit over 20 years now, and I think it's time. Anyway, let me move the camera and we'll do an unboxing and show you what I've got to build this kit. Back in 2005, when I first bought this kit, at the time, this was probably one of the best F-4E Phantom kits on the market. Now, since then, you've got Zukimura is very famously well known for their F4s. Tamiya has an F4. I think there's another one out there that apparently they're all a little bit better than this one is now. But at the time, this was really top of the line in 1/48 scale anyway. One of the criticisms of this particular one from them is a lack of detail in the cockpit area, but I believe I've got that covered because I also ordered with this some extra pieces and parts, aftermarket stuff. And I have not opened this. In fact, before I do open this, I kind of want to show you. So in the box that I had it stored in, I still had the packing list on this. So this is when Squadron was still in Texas. The kit, $34.96. I'm not sure what it would go for today, but I'm sure it's more expensive than that. We've got some resin wheels for it, ejection seats, and then accessory kits and some reference material. And in here as well is one of the old Squadron flyers, sales flyers, order form. Gosh, remember when we actually used to do that? But yeah, I thought this was pretty neat. So I ordered this on July the 28th of 2005. That was only a month or so before Hurricane Katrina hit. Yeah. And I was living in southeastern Mississippi at the time. Pretty cool. All right, so anyway, let's open this. Get a knife. And everything is still sealed, obviously, because I had not opened it. There is, so you've got one full canopy front back windshield as one piece for a closed canopy version, but then you've got the individual pieces if you wanted to open the canopy. I haven't fully decided yet if I'm going to do this as an in-flight or an on-the-ground finished model. Since I have the resin wheels and tires for it, I will probably end up doing it on the ground with open canopies. So we'll see. Oh my, it's all in one bag. Well, let's take a look at these decals first. So, like I said, this is 20 plus years. There's some yellowing on these, which is okay. I'm not using these. I have an aftermarket set that I'll show you. But they don't look too bad, actually. There's a little yellowing, but those are more than likely those can be saved and salvaged. Yeah, I like it. Our instruction manual. Fairly thorough. It all looks fairly straightforward. Nothing that would surprise me in its construction. Weapons. Here's some of the other color schemes. I believe the one I have, the one that I'll be building, is kind of an overall darker gray. I can't remember what they called that gray back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. We had them on the B-52, and I don't recall what they called that dark gray at the time. All right, so there's that. Let's take a look at pieces and parts. This is an external fuel tank. Detail doesn't look bad. There's a petcock on the rear of that. Alright, weapons pylons, some of the probably Sparrow missiles. These are the horizontal stabilators. And yeah, this is actually the top side of them, if I'm not mistaken. It actually has an inverted airfoil to bring the tail down, and then the fences, I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong on that. I might have to double check my reference, but I'm pretty sure that's how that goes on. Oh my, there's some big sprues on this thing. Wow, it looks really good. I don't see any real flash. In fact, that, I don't know if you can even see that. That is more than likely not flash. That's where a static wick would be. That's pretty cool. Really, really cool. Everything looks really nice. The panel lines aren't too deep. Yeah. This is gonna work out really, really nice. All right, here's some interior. Here's our cockpit. So yeah, I mean, it's simplified, right? I mean, the detail that's molded in looks good. It's very crisp. We actually have pilots. I wish the car guys actually made drivers. Ejection seats. There's our nose wheels and tires. Some other air intake scoops and antenna. This your pilot's, probably the weapon systems officer's yoke and the pilot's yoke, or vice versa. These might be canopy lifts, maybe. Nose landing gear. All right. Let's pull this one out. All right, here's our nose radome. This is the fairing that goes over the gun barrel. Now these these vents would be open normally. Probably not going to be able to do that on this, the way it's molded. I don't see any real flash on any of this so far. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Alright. More external fuel tanks, missiles, main wheels and tires, pylons, and here's our exhaust nozzles. Those are very simplified in their make. So I have aftermarket for those, so those will not get used. Alright, and finally let's take a look at our wings. Looks good. Looks real good. Yeah, this is a really nice kit. Now let's take a look at all the extras I got for it, which I don't even recall exactly what all I have. So let's take a look. Now, I don't know if Edwards still does this. I assume they do. The Big Ed packages, basically it's a package full of whatever extras they have that go with the kit you're purchasing. So you can buy the whole shebang all at one time. Alright, and we've got from True Details, Martin Baker Mark 7 ejection seat. Alright, 2 of those. Here are our main and nose wheels tires with the circumferential tread, meaning there is no diamond tread in that. And that should be proper for an Air Force version. What is this? This is a mask for, I don't even know. Doesn't say. Oh, you know what? This is a wheels and tires and perhaps canopy masking. It's hard to see. I can see round discs, so I know part of that is at least for wheels and tires. But it also looks like there might be a canopy shape in there. Placards. Oh wow, different stencils and placards that would go on your landing gear oleos, different warning stickers and things in various places around the jet. So that's the color photo etch. That's very nice. And then what have we got here? Seat belts. Yep, seat belts for the Martin Baker Mark 7. Now see those pull cords that go over the, basically they're at the top of the seat. I imagine the way those are made, you fold them in half to get double the thickness. But when they eject, they would pull on those rings, and it pulls a curtain down in front of their face to help protect their face from the ejection process, anything that might be blowing around. So very cool. It even has the removed before flight streamers that would go on the seats. Very cool. And then we've got our cockpit details, right? So better than what's in the kit. Already pre-colored. Nice. Oh, what do we got? Oh, and more on the. Oh, this is canopy frames and rails for the for getting into the canopy. Wow. I don't really know what all of this is yet until I open up and look at it, but yeah, very cool. Very cool. All right, our exhausts. All right, so these are the turkey feathers for the exhaust. So the exhaust cans that are in the kit will use the cans, but apparently This will go on the outside of that to add more detail to the exterior. And then this is your internal burner ring for the engine. That's where your afterburner ignites from that burner ring. These are FOD covers for the inlets. May or may not use those. We'll see when we get closer to that point. And then along with that, you've got your remove before flight streamers. Mostly in the white print, but also with black print. And then if you look close at some of these, the top end of it, where the pin and the ring would attach it, they've got kind of a triangular head on it, but then some of the other ones are flat at the head. So you got a little bit of variety in that. And then this is my favorite part. This is the whole reason I bought this kit. The decal set. So this is the Air National Guard unit from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Back when I was still in high school, in the 80s, they were still flying the F-4 Phantom. Now this says 1979 Fort Wayne Fabulous Phantoms. So 79 to 92 was when they flew them. Now I graduated high school in 1989, so a few years before they stopped flying them, but I do recall that they had already started to transition to the F-16 by the time I was graduating high school. So they went from the F-4s to the F-16, but they were still flying the F-4s till 92, but they had F-16s as part of the unit prior to 92. So, you know, this is working out just perfectly for me. So 20 plus years I've had this. I'm originally from just east of Fort Wayne, Indiana. New Haven, Indiana is a little city on the outskirts of Fort Wayne. You know, so when I saw this, that was very, you know, something from my past and my childhood and memories of growing up there. So I knew I wanted to build it, but I also knew at the time that my modeling skills were not up to what it would take to pull this off and make it as nice as I wanted it to be. And now, 2026, the IPMS Nationals are in Fort Wayne. So this is going to get built, and it's going to get built in time to go to Nationals. I promise you that. This will get done before Nationals. I almost forgot the reference materials I purchased along with it. So this is for the F-4E and F-4G Wild Weasel. I don't remember where I purchased this. I don't think this one came with this order. I think I purchased this some years later, actually. Probably through Amazon, if I'm remembering correctly. But I mean, this has all the detail information you could ever want for these aircraft. But along with that, this one I did purchase with the kit. Came from Squadron. F-4 Phantom II in action. So, not probably as much detail as the other book, but it does still show you some things that you might not otherwise see. There's some different color schemes from different units. So, if you're not familiar with these books, the in action and the detail and scale, very handy books to have for whatever aircraft you're modeling. I believe you can find a detail and scale or a in action walk around for nearly every model aircraft that's out there. You can find a book with reference material for it. So it's a must have in my book. All right, I'm pretty excited about this. I think it's going to turn out just wonderful. And, you know, when I first found those decals for it, that totally sold me on it. I knew I had to build it. I just knew at the time my skills weren't up to par to be able to build what I had in my mind. So hopefully this one turns out the way I imagined it. So stick around and we'll get to it here soon as the cord is finished. Until next time, y'all, peace and love.